Good afternoon. It's Monday, August 16th, and welcome to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhaus, and we are brought to you by Investor Schooling. Hey, if you want to take a free class and learn how to invest in the stock market, learn how to invest in real estate, learn how to make more money, go to investorschooling.com, and you can learn those things, and you can actually take a class this Friday. All right, I'm your host again. My name is Larry Steinhaus, and today we're going to be discussing the Dow swinging pretty far. It was a pretty nice swing. It turned up pretty well. We're going to talk about China's growth slowing down. We're going to talk about Tesla's self-driving car probe. We're going to talk about the fact that Dogecoin rallied. Earnings for retailers begin reporting. So now, Taliban and Afghanistan have finally gotten in the news, and we'll talk about whether we should worry about our investments. And of course, we'll talk about some of my favorite picks, and they're all coming up. All right, let's talk about the Dow Jones first of all. The Dow. Real quick, the Dow finished, the Dow actually finished at a high, I think, today. It actually broke through, it did. So it actually finished at a high at 35,625, up 110 points. And at one point today, it was actually down 280 points. So that's pretty good that we had it. Now the S&P also hit an all-time high today. Hit an all-time high of 4,480 as an all-time high. That's another great day. So as you can see, the market is going and going and going. And as my partner Phil Falcone at Investor Schooling always says, hey, trees don't grow to the sky. So something may happen soon. It may pull back a little bit. And if you pull back, be prepared for a pullback, because pullbacks are great. They're buying opportunities. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in China. So China showed Chinese economic growth slowing more than expected. China's retail sales increased by 8.5% in July year over year, below the 11.5% forecast from economists polled by Reuters. Online sales gained just 4.4% for the month. On the manufacturing sector in the country, industrial production increased by 6.4% below the 7.8% consensus estimate. So this is odd. They're talking about the fact that China's growth was slowing, but I don't understand why they think that if it increased by 8.5% below the 11.5%, that doesn't mean it slowed. It just means it didn't reach what they thought it was going to reach. We also had, if you remember, it's the same thing here. Everyone had to deal with the pandemic last year. Whether you believe there was a pandemic, don't believe there was a pandemic, it doesn't really matter. The government shut stuff down. So right away, you're going to have problems where people are trying to compare this year's numbers to last year's numbers. And none of that makes any sense. You really need to compare these numbers to 2 years ago numbers to make any sense. The fact that, retail sales increased by 8.5% is actually fantastic. But again, odd that they're saying it's a problem. I don't think it's going to be a continual problem. I just think it's an interpretation of data that's being misinterpreted. Oil prices also dropped after the release of the Chinese economic data. U.S. oil benchmark West Texas Intermediate crude fell, pressuring energy names like Occidental Petroleum, which shed about 3%, while ExxonMobil and Chevron each dropped about 1%. So again, everything, that's why the market started out this morning. It started out low because everybody was afraid. I actually took a look at it. I was looking at the futures last night after I saw articles talking about this. I was looking at the futures last night wanting to see what was going to happen, and sure enough, there was some a little bit of turbulence, but it was nothing major. In fact, I still think the economy is rocking. The world economy is rocking. We'll talk about some economies that aren't soon, but right now, the world economy is absolutely rocking. So let's talk about Tesla. So federal vehicle safety regulators have launched a formal investigation into Tesla's autopilot system following a series of fatal crashes that have left at least 17 people injured and 1 dead. They're self-driving cars. I mean, come on now, right? They're self-driving cars. You're going to have problems, and obviously this is a technology that is damn close to perfection, and it's not perfect yet, but it's still amazing, right? Since 2018, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said it had identified 11 crashes where Tesla vehicles have encountered first responder scenes and subsequently struck one or two more vehicles. So here's what's going on. What's going on is the flashing lights from the vehicles, assuming the flashing lights from the vehicles, are screwing up the system that tells Tesla what to do. So the cars are getting confused, and there was actually one where a Model Y struck a stationary police car. So it's interesting to know that there are some flaws that the Tesla Corporation needs to work out for the self-driving cars. I have a lot of faith in self-driving cars. I believe that they're going to be fantastic. I believe that my children's grandchildren, I should say, will probably not know how to drive a car or need to know how to drive a car because it'll all be self-driving cars. I also believe that no one's going to own a car anymore because a self-driving car is going to come pick you up, take you where you want to go, and it'll be as simple as that. It'll become antiques that people will own. That's what's going to happen in the future. So, by the way, also, most incidents took place after dark, and the crash scenes encountered, again, had first responder lights, flares, and illuminated arrow boards and road cones. The involved subject vehicles were all confirmed to have engaged in either autopilot or traffic-aware cruise control during the approach to the crashes. And again, that's what's going on. They're talking about the fact that these vehicles are crashing because of the lights. So it's not that bad. I'm going to tell you what, there's quite a few Teslas on the road that are in self-driving vehicles, and if only 11 crashes were caused by this, I don't even know if it's a problem. It's obviously something they should work on. It's something they should try to repair, but I don't consider it a problem. Yes, I realize that somebody died. However, again, who would have died in these cars if they were driven by humans that are much more fragile drivers or not as good drivers as computers are? All right, let's talk about this real quick. We had Dogecoin. Dogecoin surged after Mark Cuban comments. The digital coin jumped as much as 10% on Monday to more than 35 cents. Yay, because I bought it at 27. And according to data from Coinmetrics, the latest price action for Dogecoin has been spurred by two of its highest profile supporters. On Friday, Dallas Mavericks team owner Mark Cuban said that he thinks Dogecoin is the strongest cryptocurrency when it comes to making actual purchases. Commercial time. We'll be right back.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhaus, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhaus, and we talked about things before the commercial break. We talked about the fact that the Dow swung. It was as low as it was down as low as 280 points and finished to break a record over 110 points growth. We also talked about China's growth slowing. We talked about Tesla and the self-driving car probe, which is all about the crashes. And we were in the middle of the Dogecoin presentation, or what I was talking about with Dogecoin, when I started choking. So we went to a commercial. All right, so here you go. The digital coin jumped as much as 10% on Monday to more than 35 cents, according to data from Coinmetrics. And of course, the reason for this is the Dallas Mavericks team owner, Mark Cuban, said he thinks Dogecoin is the strongest cryptocurrency when it comes to making actual purchases. In March, the team became the first in the NBA to accept Dogecoin for ticket and merchandise sale. So think about this, right? So he obviously has a lot of it, is going to be my guess, and he's trying to manipulate it by using it, by saying he'll take it as a purchase, and that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with him manipulating it. At least he's manipulating it legally. But it also has dropped since March. It hit as high as 78, and now today it's at about 33, 34, I think is what it was the last time I looked, which is fantastic. But then again, Elon Musk tweeted that he agreed with Cuban about the nature of the coin. So now we have Cuban and we have Elon Musk saying, hey, this is the place you need to be. Go for it, right? So my suggestion for people who want to invest in cryptocurrencies, look, cryptocurrencies have there's a whole education on cryptocurrencies. In fact, I believe Investor Schooling is going to start teaching it in about 2 months. But there's a whole again, education on how they work. But the reality is, you know that they're down and then you go up. It's just like any other thing. You don't have to, just like stock market, we read the charts almost the same. And sure enough, I saw that doggy coin was about to break out. I added some to my portfolio, but I don't fully understand it yet. But I do fully understand the fact that there are a lot of coins out there that have a lot of traction. Ethereum is another one, and I'm a big fan of Ethereum. We all know Bitcoin. Bitcoin popped over 60 a couple of months ago, and now it's hitting. I don't know, it's somewhere near 47 is the last time I looked. So again, it may be something you want to do. If you buy some, just understand the risk that one day it could possibly be worth zero. Or you need to get out and set a marker to get out, just like any other stock you would get out. Let's talk about the fact that earnings for retailers are this week. So we're in the earnings season. We're at the end of earnings season. The retailer earnings is going to come out this week, and basically you need to understand that retail earnings have never been better. Now remember this, right? So the fact that retailers opened up from the pandemic, they opened up and everybody had this money to spend. The consumer has all this money. They had the stimulus checks. So there's a lot of money that was being poured into the into the economy, and the retailers were definitely being able to take advantage of this. There's also inflation. But think about this too. So if you have inflation and your costs go up, and even if your percentage stays the same, so if you charge 50% more for the price, if you buy something for $1 and you sell it for $1.50, well, let's make it simple. You sell it for $2, you made $1, right? But if inflation goes up and you buy that thing for $1.25 and you sell it for $2.50, you now made $1.25 instead of $1 as you did before. So that's going to help in profits as well. There's also supply-demand imbalance, where there's a lot of items out there that people just can't get right now, so the retailers can price them higher and even pack in more profit if they want to. So you'll also notice that if you look around, almost nothing is on sale right now, and that's another reason why the retailers are going to really carry it into the end of the year. The only problem is, once again, the Delta variant, and the Delta variant is going to be the wild card. The Delta variant may actually cause retailers to have bad guidance, and that may drop the stock prices. It may actually cause the retailers to not make as much money. I don't even believe that's true. I actually believe that even if the Delta variant causes people to wear masks and get vaccines, and you have to show your vaccine card before you go into Macy's, I think there's going to be enough people doing it that it's going to happen anyway. So it's not going to make a difference. I know I won't go anywhere if I have to show my vaccine card. I just think that's a violation of my privacy, whether I have one or not. It doesn't really matter. What matters, it's a violation of my privacy. So I have a problem with that flat out. All right. Of course, this week we have Walmart, Costco, and Target are going to give their earnings, and they will definitely be the winners. First of all, up year to date, Target is up 48%. Costco is up 19%, and Walmart is only up 4%. You know what that means to me? That means the play is Walmart. Because if Walmart's only up 4%, and Target is up 48%, and Costco is up 19%, Walmart hasn't caught up to them yet, and I believe Walmart will catch up to them. Some of the department stores, we have Kohl's up 35%. Surprise, surprise, Macy's is up 70%. I'm shocked at that one. And we have Nordstrom up 17%. And of course, there's a lot of optimism from the first quarter, and it'll continue, but it might be tempered a little bit by the fact that, again, we have the Delta variant. We talked about last week, if you remember, we actually talked about a lot of the job listings having the COVID mandate, having vaccine mandates in the job listings. So a lot of these places are also telling their employees that they have to get vaccinated, which again, it's just I find that to be a problem. I don't find the problem of suggesting it strongly that people be vaccinated. I just have a problem with mandating, even as an employer, mandating a vaccine. I mean, it goes beyond civil liberties. It goes beyond reality. They should not be able to do that. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about the Taliban. Now, the Taliban has seized two of Afghanistan's largest cities. Now, remember that we talked about this the other day, and you probably, as a matter of fact, I believe the president is speaking about this right now, so I'm here, I can't watch that. But it's kind of tough, you know. After nearly 2 decades of war, more than 6,000 American lives were lost, over 100,000 Afghans killed, and more than $2 trillion spent by the U.S., and the speed of the takeover of Afghanistan has shocked the world. Really? The U.S. defense officials reported as expected, Afghanistan capital Kabul to fall in 90 days, and it took less than 10 days. So why did it happen so fast? It basically happened because they surrendered. So they could fight for 90 days. If the U.S. says they could fight for 90 days, they're going to lose lives. And they're going to lose lives. They might as well just say, here, take the keys, take my car, take my house, take my money. Why would you want to kill me? So that's basically what they did in Afghanistan, and it makes total sense. It's so simple for them to walk in and have everyone surrender. Now, we've seen some things, we've seen some videos, I don't know if you've seen them, where people were actually clinging onto airplanes to try to get away with the Americans who are leaving, and it is what it is. The real question is, should we worry? So again, this is a financial show. Should we worry? Are we going to find that this is going to affect the stock market? And the answer is probably, but the question is when. And the question of when is going to be when an action happens. Look, I realize 9/11 is the extreme action, but if you remember, 9/11 caused extreme damage to the stock market for a little while. So can that happen again? It can. It's not going to be a 9/11 situation, or at least hopefully it won't be a 9/11 situation. But little things, little fights, little insurgents, little buildings being blown up or being targeted might be a problem. So that may be what we need to worry about. All right, we're going to take a commercial break in a couple of seconds. I want to talk a little bit about, before I take that commercial break, I want to tell you a little bit about what's going to be in there. We're going to talk about Win Phil's car. Hey, if you haven't entered Win Phil's car contest, you're missing out. You want to win Phil's car. It's a beautiful car. Check this out.
Hey, if you were listening to Investor Schooling Live today, I'm Phil Falcone, and I made the decision today on air that I'm going to be giving away this car. You want to take a look at it? Let's do it. How would you like to pop your top without ever getting out of the car? Huh? It's pretty cool. You can do it at a red light. You can do it when you see it rainy. You can actually even do it when you're driving, as long as you don't go maybe faster than 10 miles an hour. So I am giving away this car. Why? Is it because I'm crazy? Is it because I'm rich? Is it because of both? Take your pick. I don't care. Let me tell you about the car. We're going to have a contest. We're looking for real estate investors to go to our website and give us a real estate tip. And you can have people that you know vote on the site about which real estate tip is the most quality, most valuable to them. So let's just say that our contest is going to be looking for quality real estate tips and for votes. So you need to get your friends, your family, people who care about you, and real estate investors who are willing to go on the site and vote for it. And I will give you this car.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhaus, and I hope you entered to win Phil's car while we were on break, because I want you to have that car. It's an awesome car. All right, so we've been talking about certain things. We've been talking about the fact that earnings for retailers are coming up this week, and there's some really great plays. I believe Walmart is the best play of all of them. We talked about the fact that the Taliban and seized Afghan's largest cities and basically taking over all of Afghanistan. And, while we were on break, I took a quick look over to see what Biden was saying. And, it's funny. He said, we should have gotten out of there. It's time to get out. It's time to get out. And I think everyone pretty much agrees that that's true. Whatever happens at this point. We probably should have never been in there. But, we did what we needed to do at the time. And again, whether we should worry or not, we'll know that in just a couple of weeks or a couple of months, whether we need to worry, how much we need to worry. We do need to worry. The question is how much we need to worry. All right, let's talk about some of my plays. Right now, I believe probably Apple is going to skyrocket. So let's take a look at Apple, and let's see if we can take a look at this chart for Apple. And if we take a look at the chart for Apple, you might actually see, if you take a look at the 3-month chart, you might actually see the fact that the 3-month chart broke out today. So if you take a look, you can see the highs all the way at the right side of, the right side of the chart, I guess that's where it is. You can see it actually broke through the 150 mark, which it tried to break through twice before, once in July and once in the middle of July, once in the end of July, and then it hovered for a while and it just broke through. So I think 160 is coming really quick, and then we'll see where it goes from there, but 160 is coming really quick. You'll see it in that chart. You'll see it in the next couple of days. So I really like that play. I like the fact that I got into it a little bit early. I got into it about 144, 145, which is great too. All right, Robinhood is one of my new favorite stocks, as you talked about before, because Robinhood is going to be the meme stock of the meme stocks. I'm surprised right now. Now, actually, I started to look at Reddit, and I started to see that they're actually mad at Robinhood for some reason. All the Reddit people are mad at Robinhood, so that's why Robinhood's falling. But that's a buying opportunity. Don't let that fool you. And then we have Coinbase, which is another one. We have the rally right now in cryptocurrency. I believe Coinbase is going to make out in that rally. I'm hoping it drops a little bit more because I'm still not satisfied. And of course, my other play is Alibaba. And Alibaba is a great play only because of what's going on in China now. I realize that it's all negative, but eventually it's going to stop. Nonsense always stops. Rumors always stop. Talking about things always stop. Everyone has short memories, and Alibaba is going to pick back up. I actually bought some more contracts today, some more options contracts on Alibaba today, because I actually thought it was a great play. I think it's going to do something really nice in the future. Okay. What else? I think that's about it today. So I want to thank you once again for watching Money Chat Now. And if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're watching it on the Investor Schooling channel, please like, subscribe, and tell all your friends. If you're watching it on Money Chat Now channel on Facebook, please like, subscribe, and tell all your friends. Of course, from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed on this show. The opinions discussed on this show are solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. Thank you for watching Money Chat Now, and we look forward to your continued support. Again, please like and share, like and share, like and share. We will see you tomorrow.